Hello, it's Keith from Kinvert, and this is part of our real number review, and I want to go over a few more things here. So one example is anything times 0 is 0, okay? So if you have 7 times 0, that's 0, no matter what you have. This is one of the reasons that it's useful later on when you get into factoring. If you are trying to find x plus 2 times 7 equals 0, if you're trying to solve for this, all you have to do, you can't make this part 0 because it's a 7, but you can make this in the parentheses a 0 by making x negative 2. And the reason is, if x is negative 2, that becomes negative 2 plus 2, and then you've still got the times 7, and that will equal 0 because this, the negative 2 plus 2, will become 0. 0 times 7 is 0. Okay, so that's one thing that I hope that you remember, and this will be very important throughout algebra, especially once you start trying to solve equations through factoring. Another thing to remember is 0 divided by anything is 0. Okay, and so if we have 0 divided by 7, that's still 0. And another thing to keep in mind is 7 divided by 0. Don't do that. That's bad. Okay, you do not want to divide by 0, right? Don't do that. So that's another thing to remember. That is an undefined number. It's basically making a crazy infinity number. So don't divide by 0. Another thing to remember is that anything times a negative ends up being, if it's a positive number times a negative number, it becomes a negative number. Alright, so if we have negative 1 times 7, that is going to be negative 7. If we have negative 2 times negative 3, that becomes positive 6. Okay, and so and if you have 2 times 3, that's just 6. So if you have just one negative value, everything becomes negative. If both are negative, it becomes positive. So this was another part of our real number review. We showed that anything times 0, so 0 times 7 is 0. We showed that 0 divided by basically anything is 0. We showed that anything that is divided by 0 makes an undefined number, and how to use negative numbers when multiplying. So if you have a positive times a negative, it becomes a negative. If you have two positives, they stay positive. If you have a negative times a negative, you end up with a positive number. So hope that helped. Keith from Kinvert. We will see you guys later. Bye.